Hello, people named Matt interested in Steam marketing. Let's get right into it. First things first is bookmarks. Like I use bookmarks to organize like all the orders, not just my buy orders, but items that I might be interested in buying in the future, or things where like the margins aren't so good right now, but they will be in the future. These are like the basic bookmarks they should probably have. I mean, this is mine, but this is just way too convoluted to start out. So you have buy orders, items that you have buy orders for, where the margins are good. Check, which are orders that where it looks like the margins might be good soon, but there's like one or two orders that make it not so good. Bad margins, not selling at the moment. Items that have bad margins, but you can check later in case they have good margins in the future. Already bought, items you've already bought. You don't want to buy a lot of doubles for items, otherwise you'll be waiting too long before you sell the next one, and then it just slows down like how much money you make in general. There are exceptions to that, like if an item sells extremely frequently, then you can buy doubles for it, but try avoiding doubles whenever you can. And the last one is items you want at some point, or just stuff to show off like in the future. So after you get your bookmark set up, you'll want to go into the search page. And this is where it just has all the Killing Floor 2 items. Filter by price, which you have like 232 pages to go through. The fastest way to avoid that is just click up here, and you want to find around like the $2 margin, which is page 150. And then once you get into here, just start clicking item. Like you middle click on the mouse will open it up in a new tab, and you can just go through them all, see what they look like. Like this one, margins are really good, but how often does it sell? This is not so good. It's a general rule of thumb. Uh, I will only buy items that sell at least 10 times a month. So it's like every third day it at least sells, which in this case there's only, and by sell I mean sells for the high price at least 10 times a month. So in this case it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only sells 5 times a month. It's not worth it. So that's one I just X out of. You go to the next one. This one sells really frequently and the margins are great. In that case I will bookmark it under buy orders, which let's see, I'm gonna fix this. They put it under buy orders and place the buy order. In this case, just 1 cent above whatever the other person has. And then you can just come back to that later. Next one down, margins don't look so good, but if you look at the next item down, it's at 42 cents, which means that after someone sells for the 146, you can place an order that's like half that one. Generally, like half is when it sells. Sometimes you get lucky with people selling really low to you. This is one where you can bookmark and put it into your check folder. I mean, I already got it bookmarked, but I'm just going to show you how you bookmark it. Just put it under check. You can even place like a buy order under it too for like $1. And then hope that like two people consecutively sell. So they'll sell to that and then they'll sell to you. But the reason I put it in the check folder, even though you already have a buy order on it, is so it makes it easy for you to eliminate those orders when you don't have any money selling things. Like generally you'll be in a state of poverty for a while, like until you build up enough money and enough items to consistently be selling. So after you got that, exit out of that one, see how good does this one sell? Not good at all, skip. How does this one sell? Looks like it's almost 10. And as you can see, I have a buy order on it. The margins are really good though. I mean, it's 86 cents. I can almost triple it, so I can kind of justify this. But at the same time, yeah, it's been selling at a price. This is an item that you'd also bookmark into that folder, the buy order folder, and place a buy order on. Now, there's one I can find This one, margins are okay. They're not so great. In this case, you just put it under the bad margins. Let's just say let's say just the margins are particularly bad. I mean, this doesn't sell frequently enough, so obviously you wouldn't place an order on this. But if it has bad margins, then you can just bookmark it under bad margins and then come back to it later. Hopefully, when you check it again, margins will be good enough to place a buy order. Okay, so once you've gone through like enough items to place like your maximum buy orders and you bookmarked them all, this one you can put under bad margins. Margins are obviously bad. It sells frequently enough though, so margins might be good at some point. This one, good margins, etc., etc. After you've placed your buy orders, and if you have a lot of Steam Wallet money, then you can check it. I mean, I usually check every day in the morning. And this is what it basically looks like when I'm checking all my buy orders. Like I go to my buy orders tab, just open up all the tabs with all my buy orders. Just middle click them all. And I sort through them using Control Tab. So here, this one's not so good now. In this case, I place it under bad margins for now. And come back to it later. Actually, in this case, so this is actually a good example of like an item I have that I want to own, which I will go with lower margins just because since I already have this in my inventory, like I can buy it and then just resell it as soon as I buy one of them. So I'm okay with going with bad margins. Since I have this one, I can sell it at any point. It's like the second I buy it, I can just go in here and then sell it. Which I'm not going to sell right now, but you get the idea. So this one's fine. Then I go in here and I look at the top order. Top order is me. Now, if someone else has an order on yours, it's okay. I usually don't do anything about it unless there's like 3 orders, which is you and 2 other people, because then it increases the likelihood that someone will sell to them instead of you. So that has to do with different currencies. It's a lot to explain. Just, it doesn't matter. Same with sell orders. Like if someone matches your sell order, I usually don't worry about it, especially because of marketplace bots. So it's like, 50-50 chance sells to you. Like I'm okay with that. So I'll go through that. So this one, top, 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 top. So I think I just opened that one twice. So not top. Place buy order above that person. Next out of that. 42, 42. So 116. In this case, I'll match this person, go above. Although I noticed the margin doesn't look good. So in this case, I will just put it back for 101. And I will take it out of that folder and then put it under check. In this case, 152, 152, but there's 3 people, so I will increase it. This one's 244, and now the margins are really uncomfortable. But there's only 2 orders above before the margins are acceptable. I mean, kind of. It's not really that acceptable. It's just that I want this item just to see what it looks like and then sell it. But if you have an item where like the margins are good after those 2 orders are sold, then just wait on it. But I should change it to a different folder. So I'll change it to the check folder. Move through here, 10 cents, 10 cents, 216, 210, increase, etc., etc. And that's just basically what you do through all your tabs. Just check through your buy orders, check through your check orders, and if you don't have enough or buy orders placed to like max out what you can place. Oh, this is another example of something I should show too, which is Steam has like this weird glitch where orders show up differently. I don't know if it matters too much, but it's like if I place an order for 217 and it doesn't show up as 217, instead it shows up as 216.2, then I increase it further. I don't know if it's a really important detail though, but it's just something I do just out of paranoia because I don't really understand the glitch, and you can't sell for those totals either. Like if you place a sell order for 217, it'll only go down to 216. So I don't know how that works. Okay, so now that I've covered buy orders, it's time to move on to sell orders. So for sell orders, it's pretty straightforward. Like you just want to sell for a cent or two under the next person. Most people, when they have their sell orders up, they don't check it. Like they just leave the order and then hope it'll sell at some point. But that's really not feasible. Like you need to be checking it pretty often. I mean, maybe not every day, but every other day or so to just update it. It's pretty straightforward. It's just like with bookmarks. You just open up each tab, go through it, make sure it's the lowest. Yep. This one's not the lowest. This is actually a good example of when to cut your losses. So I have a two order sell rule. If there are two orders lower than mine, that's when I will go lower than them, even if the margins aren't good. It's just a way to cut your losses, because the sooner you get your money back, the sooner you can buy items that are actually profitable. Which sometimes I'll wait on orders that are selling for less, but it's only if it's selling like really frequently. Which, like for example, this one sells extremely frequently. There were two items going for like 404 or 412 or whatever, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until this one sells off, and then I can sell one for 512. I mean, this normally goes for like 650, so I mean, I could even wait longer, but I've already been waiting a long time to sell this one, so I'll just wait for 512, sell it. Wait till that 404 order goes away. And another thing that I usually do is I'll keep up the orders that I'm selling that are worth $3 or more, just open in tabs all the time. And then I'll just check them every once in a while, like throughout the day or whenever I'm on my computer. And sometimes I'll keep like some high priority buy orders up too. Like this one has good margins and this is a really nice skin. Like, so I'll leave it open in a tab just to make sure I have the highest buy order. So, I mean, that pretty much sums it up. Okay, so now I've covered all that, buy orders, sell orders, what to expect. So starting out, you're going to be in like a constant state of poverty. Like your buy orders will go through within, I mean, I can't say exactly how soon. Within a week, though, if you place buy orders like maxing out the max amount you can place, like you'll be perpetually at like $1 or 0 or like 4 cents or something. So that time you'll be waiting a lot. You're just waiting until you can sell orders because you gotta wait a week, and you'll be waiting to sell them, and so you can get more money, so you can place more buy orders, and there won't be much action for at least like the first month. It's like once you build up enough, then you're perpetually buying and selling items, like where I'm at, where I have like $100, which I can't even place. I mean, I can't even imagine trying to place $1,090 worth of orders. I probably have at least like $400 at most in my orders, but yeah, don't really need that. I mean, like $400 is like enough to just keep me at the same amount of money the whole time. I've been at like 100 or like down to 50 for I don't know, weeks now, and yeah, just perpetually buying and selling now. Now I can just update my orders and then just keep buying and selling. Another thing that I should clarify is that by placing buy orders that are really low, you're not ripping people off. I know you've mentioned that. I mean, in some cases, maybe you are, But for the most part, when people are selling low, the reasons they do that are, for one, there'll be people who open up a shit ton of crates, and they're primarily like looking for like the precious items. So they'll keep like the ones that are actually worth something and sell off like the ones that they don't want to take any time to sell to just the highest buy orders. So for them, it's like they don't want to spend time just trying to sell like every battle scarred and field tested item they got from a crate, when the ones that they were really going for were like the precious RBGs like this. Another reason people sell too is that they just don't want to spend any time on the marketplace. I mean, you're competing with other people a lot of the time. It's not feasible to place like a sell order and just expect it to sell without checking fairly frequently. I mean, as long as you're checking like once a day, you'll be able to sell everything off. But for someone who doesn't want to spend any time on the marketplace and have to like check it every day to sell an item, especially if it doesn't sell frequently. I mean, this one sells really frequently, but if it doesn't sell all that frequently, the chances are it's not going to sell a lot. And I mean, the items, most skins depreciate in value over time. I mean, start out really high, and then after a while they get lower and lower too. So if you're placing a sell order, like you need to be paying attention to it. And a lot of people just don't want to pay attention to it, so they just sell low. So I mean, in some cases, it kind of is ripping out people, because if it sells extremely frequently, like they could have placed a buy order for like, for example, like 250 or something, and it'd probably sell off. But I mean, oftentimes if you place an order for 250, then a whole bunch of other people will place orders lower than 250, and they'll just lower the value of the item altogether, and you won't be selling for 250, and the item will just depreciate in value. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why people sell low, but it's not because they are stupid. I mean, I do it sometimes too. Like there's an example of this item here. I sold this today for $4, which, I mean, I could have kept competing with these guys, but I just didn't want to spend more time on this item. Especially like, I mean, sure there'd be like a 99% chance that I could sell it higher than $4, but it would take a while, I mean, especially since this one doesn't sell all that much. So I just said, fuck it, cut my losses, sold it for 4. And yeah, pretty much covers it. One other thing that I forgot to cover, crafting. So the only things that are really worth crafting are cosmetics. So like rare cosmetics into exceptional, and the exceptional ones into master crafted. These ones, but I mean, these don't sell often. Like primarily the ones that you want to be paying attention to are like the samurai helms right here. Like these, whoa, mine actually sold. So what I do for these is I'll place like 2 buy orders. I place a buy order for like 2 or 3 of these, just so it doesn't like increase too much in value. Like so if they sell off to me, then a bunch of these will be sold, and then hopefully it'll lower down to like 30 eventually. So these are pretty good. Another thing you want to craft are Mempos. Any of those really. So I placed it for, I have one for like 17 cents. I'll do the same thing. This one for 18 cents. I might as well buy that. Oh, whoops, I don't think that actually went through. I don't think you can skip it that way. Yeah, Mempos I'll buy for like 17 cents. And really you can do that for, I mean, what I do is I go through like all the rare cosmetics. Oh, what the hell? Oh, someone must have beat me to it. Or he like cut it. I eliminated that buy order. Oh, wait. Fucking A. Whatever, I'll do this later. 17 cents. Places like 2 or 3. Just leave that there. And wait for people to sell it to me. And then another thing I'll do too is, let's see, rare player accessory. sort by price, and then go through all the lowest ones. Not these ones, because when you recycle like the ones that have a symbol up there, then they just recycle into tickets. So that's not what you want. You want like rare, I mean exceptional, yeah, rare cosmetic material. And you just go through these, just place orders higher than that. Like there's one for 17 cents, which I might as well buy that now. Just cut out my order there. Buy this for 17 cents. And then just craft something out of that. Like these ones are actually probably the most profitable to craft. The rare player accessories. The samurai helms are pretty profitable too, but it's the rare ones are where the money's at, because oftentimes you'll craft like an exceptional accessory where you only paid like a total of like 170 for 10 of them, but you get an item that's worth like $10 or sometimes higher than that, like 15. So it costs you like 170 to sell something that's worth $15, which that's a pretty damn good deal. I mean, with samurai helms, you get pretty good ones too. Like sometimes you get like EMS backpacks or something. Those sell for 25. I think they sell for less now, but same thing with samurai helms. I mean, if for 10 of them, you're spending like 430, and you'll get items that are worth like $15 to $20. So pretty good deal. Weapons aren't really worth crafting. I mean, I have orders for weapons, but I mean, the highest I'll go for buy orders for these is 5 cents. Because anything above 5 cents isn't worth it. For the most part, like the items that you craft are worth like 20 cents and take forever to sell, so it's just not really worth your time. Like it's the rare cosmetics and the exceptional cosmetics that are like really worth crafting. But you don't want to spend more than like 50 cents for the master crafted or for the exceptional player accessories, so samurai helms. And you don't want to spend more than like, I mean, these you could go pretty high, like 25 cents maybe. Be like the highest where it wouldn't be worth it. Yeah, that covers crafting pretty much. So one other thing I forgot to mention about crafting is that I have a crafting bookmark too. So if you want to try crafting out, then you'd want to create like a separate bookmark for crafting. And then just save all your crafting items there, samurai helms, mempos, and any other like rare accessories that you want to craft. I mean, I basically have buy orders for just about like every rare accessory that's cheap, as long as it doesn't like recycle into a ticket. So yeah, pretty much covers crafting and really covers everything. So good luck making that Steam wallet, Dosh. Are we in business? It's working? It's working? Check it out. I'm marketing. Look at all this marketing. So much marketing.